In this lesson, we are going to be learning about special products, how to find the squares of sums and of differences, and also the products. Okay, so the formulas that I'm about to show you are shortcuts that can work for certain types of polynomial multiplication problems. Okay, for the sum of a square, which this one should be x plus 4 squared, you can multiply this by rewriting x plus 4, and use FOIL how we normally did, where we would do x times x, so x squared, x times 4 plus 4x, x plus 4, x times 4, and 4 times 4. Okay, then we would combine the two center ones, then we would get x squared plus 8x plus 16. Okay, well, this formula that's written down here says that if you have the sum of a square, a plus b squared, you can rewrite it as a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. So what that means, if we're going to plug in x plus 4 squared. Okay, so that means that a is my x, so it becomes x squared plus 2 times a, which is x, and b, which is 4, plus b squared, which is 4 squared. Okay, so then the middle terms here I have 2 times 4 times x, which is 8x. Okay, 4 squared is 16, and plus x squared. Okay, so it's just a little shortcut that says that you can just multiply in the center 2 times a times b, and square the outsides. Okay, so let's use this using the sum of squares, okay? So the rule says that you have a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. Okay, so this is a and b. So a squared, 3x squared, plus 2ab, 2 times a times b. And then the last one is b squared, so 2y squared. Okay, so now in the center, we're going to multiply. These are all multiplied together, so I have 2 times 3 times 2. So that is 6 times 2 is 12xy in the center. And I'm bringing down the x squareds. Okay, so again, a shortcut so you don't have to use the FOIL. Okay, so we can also use this for difference of squares. The only thing that's going to change here is whenever you have a minus b, you change to minus 2a. Okay, so let me rewrite this. A minus b squared is equal to a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. Okay, so plugging in x minus 5 squared. Okay, so a really is x. Okay, so it's really here, x squared. And then minus 2 times x times 5, a and b, plus b squared, which is 5 squared. Okay, so then here I have x squared minus, I'm multiplying these together, 10x, 5 squared is 25. Okay? Alright, so let's try this one on your own. Okay, so you have x minus y squared. Okay, so pause the video for a moment and try it. Okay, so what you should have done is square the first term, which is x squared. Because we have difference, we're going to subtract a and b, which is x times y. So 2 times x times y. And then plus the y squared at the end. Okay, this one's actually already simplified. As it is. Okay, for this one here, we want to find the product of the sum and of a difference. Okay, so this rule here too is just to do a squared minus b squared. Okay, so whenever you have a minus b and a plus b, okay, it's the same thing but different sides. You can just square the first term, subtract it from the second term. Okay, so in this case, we have x minus 3 times x plus 3. Okay, so Here, the only thing that's different is minus and plus. So I'm going to just square the first term, subtract it from the second term squared, which is x squared minus 9. Okay, so I'm just going to show you why this works here. Okay, so if we were to do FOIL, we would get x squared plus 3x minus 3x minus 9. Okay, you can see that in the center, the plus 3 and the minus 3 cancel out to 0, and you get x squared minus 9. Okay, that's why this is true. This is true for all times when you have a minus b, a plus b. Okay, so pause the video for a moment and try these two on your own. Okay, so let's check it. So in the first one, we see that we have a minus b, a plus b. So we know that the shortcut is a squared minus b squared. Okay, so in this case, a is y squared minus 2 squared, which is 4. Okay, also in the second one, we have the same terms. One is plus and one is minus. Okay, so we can still do a squared minus b squared. A here is 5a. So we want to go 5a squared. So we have 2 of them. And then minus 6b squared. Okay, in this case, because we're squaring the 5a and the 6b, this squared has to go to both terms. Okay, so 5 squared becomes 25, and then a squared, minus the squared here needs to come with the 6. 6 squared is 36, and then b squared.